Ladies and gentlemen, Genshin Impact just dropped a trailer that's sitting at 2.1 million views 15 hours ago. Hasn't even been a day yet. It's number 2 for trending on YouTube. That means they've earned themselves a gotcha smack reaction, boys. We're gonna hop on the good old bandwagon, see what all the fuss is about, what all the hype is about. Before we click play on this, though, a little bit of context. I haven't played Genshin Impact in, I want to say, 3 years. It's got to be close to 3 years. So I don't know the context here, but if it's got 2.1 million views, it's got to be good. If it ends up being an incredibly thought-provoking, deep plot twist revelation trailer, then I'm just going to comment to the best of my abilities without trying to come off as ignorant. I'm pretty good at giving these things a fair shot. And I guess another thing that's worth mentioning is I'm definitely not a fan of Genshin Impact, but that doesn't make me a hater. I'm not a fan because I think this game has milked the cow more than any other game in the entirety of the space by far. That said, I know they put a lot of effort in their trailers, and the game is known, if for anything at all, its story. So let's give it a fair shot and see what they're cooking here. And I do, obviously, if I played it for 2.5 years or so, something like that, I do have some understanding, some knowledge of the story. Okay, let's check it out, man. Got the Bob Ross art style. That piano bussin'. Setting me up for some deep shit already.
This world has always been so. Life abides no reason, for none are born by their own consent. Death abides no reason, for it cannot be defied, even by those who see it coming.
Yo! Oh, that piano is going crazy in the back. Got me feeling like something insane is getting ready to happen. Like they just about to drop a bomb. Okay, I'm picking up what she's putting down. She said death. In fact, I want to go back to that because that piano had me distracted.
For it cannot be defied, even by those who see it coming.
Bars.
Time abides no reason, for it deprives us all equally, yet brooks not a second to be reclaimed.
Okay, bro. This old lady out here spitting that Shakespeare, brother. Y'all might get annoyed because I'm gonna have to rewind. There's a lot of bars that are being dropped here. I'm also picking up that as she's going through these elements of the very, I don't even know what to call that, bro. Because she's talking about life, she's talking about death, and she's talking about time. I was about to say the very elements of life, but it's not even the elements of life. It's like the elements of existence itself. She is dropping some insane bars. She said that life abides no reason, and then for none are born by their own consent. Now, first I thought, like, why even mention somebody being created as having a consent to be created? But I guess as I think about that, certain people are born in situations that are truly unfortunate, that are truly like worst fucking luck possible. You know, born with parents that don't even like love them, are just utter trash of the earth. I guess that by their own consent would like ring true in that scenario. But on the other end of the spectrum, there are people who are born in lives of privilege, love, and fortuitous, events that occur throughout their life. And so I guess there's a bit of a yin and yang there. I also notice that as they're talking about these elements, they're showing off these women, which we already know in the gotcha games. They got to be showing off women. It can't be no dudes. Not in my gotcha game, bucko. Are these beings supposed to be representation of these elements? So this would be the god of life, maybe. Death abides no reason. Is that supposed to be a god of death? I would imagine, even by those who see it coming. Time abides no reason. Is this the god of time? I don't know. I'm just like, I feel like you can kind of use context clues here with what they're showing and go, okay, maybe they're matching up the gods of these elements. Time abides no reason, for it deprives us all equally. Yeah, for sure. Time has no What is it? Time is not prejudice. Yet Brooks not a second to be reclaimed. That is this is why I had to go back. I'm sorry if your immersion has been interrupted, but there's just so much Shakespeare in this shit. It's actually unreal. Brooks not a second to be reclaimed is essentially you will not get a second back with time. You know, time comes for us all, and any second wasted is not a second you're getting back. That shit is powerful. Okay. So this is the god of time. She looks like that. God of death. And then god of life, maybe. I don't know. Let's continue.
Space abides no reason.
I got to pause again. That's the bitch from the beginning. 100%. That's the chick you run into at the beginning of Genshin Impact. We know this. Space abides no reason. So she's like the god of space. Okay. The fuck? This bitch getting possessed? Oh shit, sorry, let me get this off screen.
Space stopped the golden-haired twin travelers.
Oh look, there it is. She said
mercilessly
tore them apart.
Tore them apart.
She's talking about the beginning with the space chick. Yeah, we already know that. What the fuck is that? Is it the space girl? Damn. What happened to her? Oh, that's a hell of an entrance.
No. This looks more like Rhine-daughter's doing.
Okay, hold up. She got these goddamn Mangekyou Sharingan ass things right here. That is the I'm at 153. I'm sorry. This is too much like lore for me to like just let this shit cook. I'm not gonna know what the fuck's going on, and I'm trying my best here. Okay, they got the same little eye thing. So that's the same girl. So that's the death girl then. Okay.
Please don't litter other people's spaces with your bizarre creations.
What the hell does that mean? That is the god of time, maybe? Hold on, I'm gonna let it cook.
Unsurprisingly, all life here has been rendered unstable.
Oh wait, she's talking about life.
By the ruler of space. I have seen enough
maybe that's
to know
the god of
that
life.
Repeating this experiment would be fruitless.
Experiment? What the fuck she talking about? Okay, I thought the god of life was blue. Oh, there we go.
You seem to wield my power as if it were nothing but a plaything for your amusement. Although merging with you has stripped me of agency, I shall still continue to voice my disapproval.
Oh, okay. This is blue. So this is probably the life girl then. Then who the fuck is this? And who did she merge with?
My dear Rhine-daughter, you have my respect, Nibirius.
I don't know who Rhine-daughter is.
Your nagging is one of the only things that can get under my skin.
So the life girl merged with Rhine-daughter, whoever the hell that is. Them titties are insane.
Why did you bestow history upon them?
Okay, now I know for sure that's the time chick. 100% that's the time chick. Yep. Okay. Okay, what she said to her again?
And you, Istaroth, why did you bestow history upon them?
History upon them.
I had to find some way to pass the time, did I not?
You can't, if you get mad at me for pausing this shit over and over, you are a fucking idiot. They've been speaking in Shakespeare this entire time, and I have to pause to try to decipher what the hell they're even cooking, especially with no context. Why did you bestow history upon them? To bestow history upon anybody would also involve the act of bestowing the present and the future behind. You can't bestow a future, a present, or a history on anybody without bestowing the other elements of time. So I guess, I don't know. I feel like this is more akin to giving life than life being given life. You know what I'm saying? Like time is literally it's a binary of life itself. She's pretty much saying, why did you bestow, life upon them, honestly?
I had to find some way to pass the time,
Am I crazy?
Did I not?
I had to find some way to pass the time, did I not?
It's clear that Asmodee is not here.
Well, Perhaps you could share your input a little earlier next time.
Who the fuck is Asmodee?
But you're right. There's no trace of Asmodee here. Where has she gone? Anyway, it's time I put this space out of its misery.
I'm gonna have to use my detective deduction skills here. So the old lady introduced 4 women. Life, the representative of life, the representative of death, the representative of time, and then the representative of space. There's only 3 women there. The only person that's not there is the space chick that we ran into at the beginning of Genshin Impact. I still don't know who the fuck Asmodee is, but maybe Asmodee is the space girl? I don't know, bro. Asmodee don't sound like a name of a chick. That sounds like a name of a dude. Asmodee. Calm yourself. These are truly some godly beings. Those eyes are fire too. Yeah, all those eyes look banger.
These meetings are just a formality. Does it really matter that only 3 of us are here?
I, for one, think that we should find her. Since the heavenly principles cast us as shades, not one of us has ever missed a meeting.
Whoa. Okay, I'm not gonna cap. I thought these ladies were gonna be like the heavenly principles, the fucking, the la creme la crop of pure omnipotent power. They're calling themselves the shades of principles. That almost comes off as akin to the shadow of a principle, of a heavenly principle. You know what I'm saying? The shades of heavenly principle. How else would I interpret that?
What if she just switched sides?
And they got to be talking about space. She's the only one that's not there.
Harm than good.
Now there's an interesting idea. Better than being devoured.
Just switched sides? You make it sound like such a trivial affair. We are shades, shadows of the heavenly principle.
Boy, shit. Now I'm about to get accused of, he pre-watched. Come on now, chat. Y'all know I be cooking. Y'all know I be cooking.
It's unthinkable. Unless...
I actually, every reactor hates when they get something right like that, because that's the first thing you get accused of.
She loves her new master more than her own self.
Her new master? Space?
Renova,
new master.
Do you know that you're being watched?
By whom? Whose gaze could pierce this far?
I really like the Death Girl the most out of the 3. She looks sick. Yo,
I remember those eyes.
Yo, is that Buddy from the fucking Fatui Harbingers? The old nigga, bro. You can't forget him. He got too much aura. He's the only Giga Chad in this whole story with a beard and looks actually like manly. And he's got like, if I remember correctly, his VA is godly. His VA sound like an older version of a virgin. Older version of like Virgil.
It was just before I placed the curse of immortality.
Oh, damn. She put immortality on that man? That's fucked up. Yeah, dude, bro, he looks so cold. Bro. My guy ain't phased at all. Bro looked death straight in its eyes and said, "What's good, brother? What's good?"
Ah, yes. He's an old acquaintance of mine. I'm sure that working for the Tsaritsa has helped him let go of his past obsessions.
Old acquaintance of hers, and that's not the life shadow talking.
With her
That's whoever
paltry
the hell is
powers,
merged
she
with her.
dares set her gaze on the heavenly principle. With her paltry power.
Did you say the cryo?
The cryo
Oh yeah, she did.
With her paltry powers, she dares set her gaze on the heavenly principles.
Oh, that's right. The cryo
The heavenly principles have yet to awaken.
They want to slay the gods,
If I
right?
were her, I wouldn't pass on that opportunity either.
Dude,
My
this
dear
shit looks
Rhine-daughter,
insane.
You know, I cannot allow you to think that way.
Who the fuck is Rhine daughter, bro? That's the one thing I can't
It
figure
was
out.
purely hypothetical, Nibirius.
I guess I would have to understand the context. This is clearly, I ain't played in goddamn almost 3 years, is revealed in the story of Genshin Impact somewhere, because I don't know what the hell's going on. These symbols are so freaking cool, though. These are so cool. And I guess this symbol here is most certainly going to be the life girl, the shadow of life. I just don't know what the hell. This symbol is clearly whoever the hell Rhine daughter is, and it's a representation of her power, which I don't know what that is. I mean, we got time, we got space, we got death, and we got life. What other element of like existence would they be referring to? I'm like thinking gravity. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
For lack of a direct order, I say it's time we intervened. Of course, to the extent permitted by the rules.
I might have missed it. They might have told me what her power is, like subtly, indirectly, and I just didn't catch it. Oh my God, dude, okay. Wow. Jesus, that shit was
The
a headache.
gaze of the gods has always been
That was a
considered a
rough ass
blessing.
transition. Oh, there's the
Hence
VA.
the origin and meaning of visions. People have
love this
always
guy.
yearned for the gaze of the gods. And yet,
Yeah.
it is said that when mortals look directly upon the gods, they invite their wrath and retribution.
Hey, we just watched the trailer from HSR where Brother Man looked the god in the eyes and put a little damage on him, though. You know what I'm saying? But he did definitely face some wrath.
And what of it? Lives will be lost.
This guy is so
A
fucking
nation
cool.
brought to ruins. So be it. It is nothing I have not endured before.
Oh my, I love this fucking
I
dude.
already know the price of gazing upon the gods. So tell me, what is the price of killing a god?
Oh, if he can bleed, he can die. Jenu, your dark knight. I love this guy. He's fucking awesome, bro.
The god stays silent, as if the thought had never once crossed his mind. To all those who dare not look up to the heavens, Her Majesty the Tsaritsa says this. Behold. Even the gods have their limits.
Nah, that nigga's VA is cold, bro. All right, listen here, brother. That VA is too cold. What the hell is this, bro? Now I feel like I'm watching something else. Like
Inspection
Japar
over.
about to pull
Return
up.
to your posts.
Where's Japar at?
Make sure the Frostmoon Scions don't pose a threat.
What in the trigger? Trigger from
Per the
Zimmer's
Pale Star Edict, we are to retrieve the damselette from Nod Cry, whatever it takes.
Wait, is that the cryo
Let
arc?
from Nod Cry.
Make sure the Frostmoon Scions don't pose a threat.
Frost Moon Scions.
Per the
that's some
Pale
cryo
Star
shit.
Edict, we are to retrieve the damselette from Nod Cry, whatever it takes.
That's got to be the cryo arcing, right? Am I crazy? I mean, at the same time, though, I've missed out on Genshin for so long. They might have already shown the cryo arcing, revealed, like, you know, maybe the cryo arcing already playable. I ain't been keeping up, boys. I don't know. It's just she in like a very icy place. They just said something about some Frost Moon Scions. This has got to be like the cryo area. Using my deduction skills, my detective skills. I'm like Sherlock Holmes. You know what, man? That trailer, from an objective standpoint, I feel like if most people aren't goddamn detectives, and they just probably watched that trailer without having a single clue of what the fuck was going on. So I still feel like, you know, the majority of people who will watch this and have never played Genshin Impact, maybe they would just be like, I don't know what the hell I was watching. But if you look closely, a lot of details were there for even people who don't know what's going on to know a bit of what's going on. Now, I do have prior knowledge of Genshin. And so I do think that aided me deeply in knowing what is going on to an extent. But the depth in the beginning was crazy. The way they portrayed life, death, time, and space with those one-line Shakespeare bars, I think that was actually my favorite part of the whole react. Now, I'm not a big fan, and this is just gacha game like garbage, with all due respect, okay? All due respect, guys. I'm not a big fan of every single omnipotent being is a fucking woman. It's like, dude, and don't get me wrong, right? You can't even call me a misogynist for that, bro. To the contrary, this shit, if anything, just don't like males, you know? And I know that's what gacha players love. But what I'm trying to say is there's no way in hell. It's just too much estrogen going on here, bro. Let's get 2 males, at least one male over one of them, and maybe 3 women. And then cool, all's well with me. That's the only thing I would say I don't really like. But in terms of a narrative, this seems pretty climactic, a culmination of sorts of the whole Genshin Impact story. I can easily see why this is at 2.1 million views and counting, because how long has the Genshin Impact player base been getting negative edged and stalled for like this type of revelation? I mean, goddamn, you guys have been getting cooked longer than One Piece finding the treasure, bro. Finding the One Piece. So you finally got like so much lore dropped in one singular trailer. I can easily see the hype here. It was a good trailer, I think, from a story direction. But I don't know. This one's kind of hard to call objectively, because I feel like if you use a bit of context clues, some of the information is quite there and ready, you know? It's pretty damn good, but ultimately, I got a lot of years of Genshin, not a lot of years, I got like 2.5 years of Genshin Impact experience, so I think that's why I understood it. I think if a reaction guy were to just pull up on this trailer, they'd probably be like, yeah, I don't know what the fuck I was watching, I'm out, you know? I'm trying to like basically look at it from, can anybody watch this trailer and have a good time? If you're an anime fan, probably so. I don't know. Overall, pretty damn good trailer. I think the hype is warranted for the Genshin Impact community. 238,000 likes. That is fucking psychotic. Wow. The Genshin Impact player base. Like, boys, there's no blow up like a Genshin Impact blow up. I don't think there will ever be another gacha blow up like this game. This game struck so many corners of the earth. It is absurd how many people still tune in for it. And it is so goddamn mid. I will die on that hill. But the story, for what it's worth, seems to be quite enjoyable and building up to a point that's worth tuning into. That's going to wrap up my thoughts. Thanks for watching this reaction. Peace, love, and happiness. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.